I've seen it all before. It all builds up inside of your head. It all spills over into such a pretty mess. Hi, sugar cookie. Sugar cookie, cookie. Hi, sugar cookie.
Welcome to the August 2016 episode of Junk Food on the Road, where we will be talking about
Japan. This is kind of a big one for us.
I have spent 4.5 years of my life living in Japan, so I could go on and on for hours about Japanese junk food and food.
And I've only spent about three months in Japan, but that entire 3 months I was researching a book about Japanese snacks.
Yeah.
So this could be a long episode, but we will try and cut it down.
Let's start with the most important item. The Yakiniku rice burger at Moss Burger.
Okay, now, if you're going to Japan, obviously you can get this, but let's just preface this. Moss Burger is a chain of restaurants in Japan, which is very good. We'll get into the Yakiniku rice burger. But if you're in Thailand and Australia, we've seen...
I've also seen Moss Burger in China.
So
but it sucks there.
Okay, but the Australian and the Thai one were good.
Yeah, the Australian one was excellent. The Thai one was very good.
Yeah, so just to let you know, when we go into this, if you happen to not be going to Japan and you happen to be going to these other places,
try Moss Burger.
Try Moss. So what's the Yakiniku rice burger?
In Japan, they have this thing called onigiri, which is sort of buns that are made out of rice that you just sort of stick together, and sometimes you coat them in like soy sauce or something and grill them, and sometimes they're just onigiri, sometimes they're wrapped in seaweed, sometimes they have a little sour plum in the middle. It's just it's a very easy to carry snack.
Don't even get me started about sour plums.
Okay, we won't talk about sour plums, which are excellent for hangover remedies, actually. But anyway, what they do is they make these rice buns, and they grill them, and they make them sort of triangular, and they grill them so that they stay together really well. And then inside you have 3 choices of what you can get.
Although I've seen more at different locations.
Okay, so one of the things that you can get in them is called Yakiniku, which is Korean barbecue beef, and it comes with there's like a nod to vegetables. There's like a thin piece of lettuce, and then you get like this.
You could literally put a piece of paper in there, and you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, so it's almost like a teriyaki flavored, thinly sliced fried beef. And although there are other things on the Moss Burger menu that are excellent, this is the thing to try. You can also get a vegetarian version of it, which is made with gobo burdock.
Yeah.
Burdock kimpira, which is sort of julienne burdock. And then I think the other thing is like a ginger pork.
Yeah.
I've never bothered with that.
I've done the gobo one. I like that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And gobo is very good for cancer prevention, apparently.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's a health food.
So basically, just to clear this up, what you're getting is you're getting 2 patties of rice.
Two bun. The bun is.
But they're like patties.
I guess so. I don't know. You have a more North American brain.
And then inside it is your fillings, which can be this beef or shredded gobo.
Yeah, or pork, I think.
Or pork, maybe.
I think pork is the other one.
Who knows?
It's irrelevant in my life, so.
But then, yeah, and you eat it like a hamburger, but there's no bun. It's just the rice is your bun. It's really good.
It is excellent. And then, Japan has a reputation for being very, very expensive. A trip to Moss Burger is not that bad. And then there are other sort of fast food options, like there's Yoshinoya, which is a chain of restaurants where you can get sort of simple Japanese home-cooked type fare for like under $10. And there's also curry shops.
Oh, curry shops are amazing.
Is awesome.
It's one of those things, the best thing about... And gyoza is pretty popular too.
Oh, that's it. Ramen. Yeah, ramen and gyoza. Gyoza are the little dumplings, the little Chinese dumplings.
And there's lots of ramen shops, which you would expect. I mean, the one thing that should be said about the places we're actually talking about right here is a lot of people say that Japan is just so expensive and so pricey. But if you go with sort of the traditional versions of these, you can actually eat quite reasonably.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive at all. Whereas if you go to like, what was it?
Like TGI Fridays.
TGI Fridays, you're going to be spending like $150 for 2 people.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Whereas
Plus service charge.
Whereas these types of places, you're going to be looking at like $5.
Yeah. Everywhere in Japan, tipping is illegal, except they add a service charge on the Western restaurants. So your Tony Roma's, your TGI Fridays, your Hard Rock Cafes, they all have this 10 or 15% service charge. But yeah, so let's talk about curry shops for just a second.
Yes.
Because a foreigner, if they go to Japan, they might miss the fukujinsuke, which is a big mistake in the curry shops. Like, there's lots of options for curries. You can get spicier or less spicy. Even the spiciest curries in Japan are for like lightweights, quite frankly. But I like katsukare myself, which is a pork cutlet in a bowl with some curry sauce and some rice. But in every curry shop, there will be little sort of ceramic dishes or plastic dishes or something of these very bright red or multicolored red pickles, and they're called fukujinsuke. They're named after because there's 7 vegetables in the fukujin, or the happy people, or were these 7 Buddhist priests. I don't know the legend, but you dump a little bit of that on the side and try to get like a pickle or two with each spoonful of curry, and it just adds to the curry experience so much. And if you're going into one of these places for the first time, you might see these funny little red pickles and be a little bit wary. But it doesn't hurt to just put a little on the side of your plate and just give it a try. And if you like it, and then put a whole spoonful on it. And most people, I think, would like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think, definitely meals like that. But we can't talk about Japan without talking about convenience stores.
Yes.
Like 7-Eleven, Family Mart.
Sanks, Daily Mart.
Exactly. I actually did a walk once. I walked for about an hour from one place to another
in Tokyo,
and I passed over 35 convenience stores in 1 hour.
You can't not have a convenience store.
They're on every block, on every side.
Yeah.
Like for every block, there's 4 convenience stores.
If you're thirsty, if it's like a really hot day out, you can stop in a convenience store, and by the time you're finished your drink that you've bought at the convenience store, you're at the next convenience store.
Or past 2 already. Depending on how much faster. So, the thing about convenience stores, though, is everybody North Americans would think of convenience stores as being sort of, like your 7-Eleven in North America, or like your sort of, neighborhood convenience store where it's, it's got some groceries, basic sundries, candy, pop, that sort of stuff. But at 7-Elevens and all these stores and all these convenience stores in Japan, you also have like these hot foods and cold foods that are like meals, and they're actually pretty good.
They're excellent meals.
I used to get the cold soba like every day.
Yeah.
And it was
and
wonderful.
You can get little bento boxes with just various sort of Japanese meals that you would find in any home or restaurant.
Yeah.
It's just already pre-prepared for you. And if you are in a hotel or something and you don't have a microwave, you can just ask them to heat it up for you, and they'll heat it up for you and give you your chopsticks. And
that's also a good place where you can serve if you're in Japan, you want to check out the Japanese candy. First, they're gonna have shelves and shelves of it, and it's constantly changing. So you can go back like a week later and find something completely different, or go to a different store, you'll find different stuff. The variety is insane.
Japanese candy is. Yeah, insane is the only word I can use to describe it.
Go to candycritic.org, go to our blog, and just search Japan, and you're going to just get a taste of the insanity that is Japanese candy.
And Japanese snacks as well. I remember when I first moved to Japan, I was overwhelmed with scary snacks.
The one thing about snacks in Japan there's a few scary things that you may or may not like but are worth trying. Red bean. The idea of a sweet bean. Some people don't like it, but I'd say try it. It's not disgusting.
Red bean paste.
Red bean paste. I know. I tried with just red beans. I tried a jelly with red beans in it. It has little red beans in it.
Whatever.
So that's the other thing. Jellies. There's jellies everywhere. It's you're going to find a lot of weird textures, and jelly is definitely one of the ones that, although people are into gummies and everything, this is a little different and can sometimes be a little off-putting.
Coffee jelly is really good.
It's a little weird. I had that at when we were up north.
Yeah, at my friend's house.
And so there's that sort of thing, and of course, the candies have these stories to them, often, and so
like Aporo.
But you don't necessarily know what the story is when you first get it, and so you might see weird things like chocolate tree stumps. and it
Little mushrooms.
and so it's related to a story, but you don't know it, so that's what makes it kind of weird.
The aporo are basically these little chocolates. They're pink and chocolate colored, and they're actually okay. But I mean, it's actual chocolate.
Yeah.
You know, and the pink I think is just white chocolate with dye.
And it's strawberry flavored.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never eaten it. But it's actually designed to look like the Apollo spacecraft.
Yeah. So
Aporo.
So there's kind of weird things like that. Like you kind of have to accept it. The other thing that you should try if you're doing that is Kit Kat. And everybody's like, oh, well, Kit Kat, who cares? Because there are hundreds or maybe even thousands of flavors of Kit Kat that have come out of Japan.
Yeah, but they do it on a timed basis.
But some stay.
Some stay,
So
but
you will have generally you'll probably see 5 or 6 while you're there. But if you're staying for a longer period of time, about once a month, a new flavor comes out.
Yeah.
So, and some of them are weird. So you can get like wasabi and soy sauce, and I had a apple cider vinegar flavored. But then some are sort of a little bit more normal and not so shocking. So you can try the different Kit Kats. Pocky is another one that has like a million flavors that you can try out while you're there. But
and then there's the snacks. I mean, there's Senbei.
Senbei is amazing. Senbei is
Well, you can't say that Senbei is amazing because Senbei has such a wide range of what is Senbei.
I'll be honest, I didn't have a Senbei I didn't like.
Really, right from the saltiest sort of seafoody tasting ones, right down to the ones that tasted like sugar cookies.
I tried the home senbei, the bone.
Oh, the hone
Senbei, which is actually just pressed fish bones in soy sauce with like a sweet soy sauce and sesame seeds on it. It was actually okay. It was remarkably good.
Fish bones.
It was just I was literally
Senbei is generally made from rice though,
yeah.
Not usually fish bones.
No, and then I've tried the sweeter and the most fancy senbei I ever tried was there's this one shop in Ginza, which is in Tokyo, and they make this giant square senbei, and they hand paint a design on it.
We got some hand painted senbei in Nakano as well.
I don't know. This is the one, but this one's famous because every season they change the design, and they're all hand painted. And the idea is that when this new design comes out, people line up to buy the new design, and it's like $5 for one sort of cookie. But it was fantastic. It was good, wow. And mine had like a cute little fish on it. I guess it was like summer.
Yeah. Then there's other snacks that you can get. Like you can get typical snacks like peanuts, or you can get peanuts mixed with these little sort of hot tiny crackers with little dead fish in them,
and that's like a whole fish.
Yeah, and you can get like shredded dried squid in a bag. Like there's a lot of
vinegar octopus,
and then on the street, want to talk about street food a little bit?
Sure.
Takoyaki and taiyaki.
Yeah, taiyaki is amazing.
Well, takoyaki is basically they're sort of like chicken balls but made with octopus, and then they come with this sauce, and they make them fresh in front of you on these little grills with little balls in them.
Okay, but the one thing you have to talk about with those, are you going to continue with those?
No.
Okay, so the thing about them, I had them. Me and my friend Brent, who's actually been on this blog before, he bought some once, ridiculously hot.
Because they make them fresh.
They make them fresh. They're ridiculously hot, and then they put fish flakes on top of it, and the heat from the fish flakes, from the balls, makes the fish flakes sort of undulate and wave.
Oh, that's true.
And it's really creepy looking.
I don't eat takoyaki because I'm allergic to seafood.
Yeah.
So.
I don't even remember what they taste like because I just scalded my mouth so badly I don't even remember what they tasted like.
I imagine they would be disgusting, but people like them, so. Then there's other street food. There's all sorts of other street foods you can get. If you go to a festival in Japan, there's you've got your fried soba noodles, and you've got like various donut-like things, and you can get like chocolate-covered bananas. But then in some subway stations in Tokyo, and also there's an outlet on the street near where I used to live in Tokyo, makes this thing called taiyaki. And it's basically a pastry, and it's yaki means fried or cooked, so usually fried. And it's tai is a kind of fish, but it's not fish. It's not fried fish. It's just fish-shaped pastry, and it's filled with usually red bean paste, azuki paste, manju, whatever you want to call it.
You get chocolate and vanilla too.
But at the one in Nakano where I used to live, you can get chocolate and vanilla inside, which is really awesome.
I've seen chocolate and vanilla on most nowadays.
Really?
I
So
think that's
they've
a standard.
expanded. Okay, they've expanded to offer it in a lot of other places now, and you can get big ones for like just if you just want a big thing of taiyaki, they're about 3 inches long, or you can get miniature ones, so you can like try a
like
variety
Timbits.
of flavors, like Timbits, or what do you call them in the States? Munchkins.
Munchkins.
Yeah. So taiyaki is also, and they make it fresh right in front of you, so it's nice and warm. No steaming fish flakes on top, so that's a good thing for me.
But they're good. It's a good thing just to you get off a train, have a couple of taiyakis.
Yeah, it just fills the hunger gap, and it's kind of sweet. And a lot of sweets in Japan are sweet in a different way than what we're used to.
They're not as sweet.
Yeah, although there's some things that are very, very sweet or surprisingly sweet, like the red bean paste. Has a lot of sugar added, and so it doesn't taste sweet to the Japanese palate, but to us, when you're expecting beans, they taste very, very sweet.
That's where the texture thing gets good. Like a lot of things, you'll have something that has a texture that you're like, this shouldn't be sweet, and it's ridiculously sweet.
But they'll eat foreign food that isn't as sweet as that, and they'll think it's too sweet because it's just a texture that they're used to not having as much sweet in. So. And
actually, speaking of beans, there's a lot of times where vegetables and things that we wouldn't associate with sweets are brought in, like sweet potatoes, ice cream, and there's like you can get sugar-coated sweet potatoes in some places. The other thing, I tried a pumpkin dessert.
What about yakimo?
Yeah, well, exactly, like yakimo, which is basically just eating
It's basically sweet potatoes that they barbecue on the backs of trucks. And they drive around the streets, and they have this little loudspeaker that has this, it's yaki again, which means fried or barbecued. Imo means potato. So it's a sweet potato or yam. It's a purple one. And they barbecue it on this truck, and the truck drives around, and instead of having like, the little tinkle bells that we're used to on ice cream trucks, they have this little song that goes yakimo. And all the adults go running.
Well, I've seen kids eating too. Like
kids love it.
The weirdest thing is you see like a kid walking down the street eating a sweet potato. Like in North America.
And they're so good.
They're good. But definitely, like I said, I've tried pumpkin stuff. Like they definitely incorporate vegetables a lot into their sweets.
Yeah.
So, which is good. I mean,
they've even had Yakimo flavored Kit Kats at one point.
Yep. Yeah, I had one, I think.
I think you did.
Yeah. So. But I don't want to sort of even come close. I mean, there's a lot more. We could go on for hours.
Crepes,
yeah. There's a lot of European influence.
There's a lot of European influence, but the crepes, they get extreme with the fillings.
Yeah.
Like you can get like a marron cream crepe or a Nutella crepe in like Paris, but in Tokyo it's going to be filled with like bananas and strawberries and whipped cream and Nutella. And
it's like a sundae or a meal inside your crepe.
Yeah.
And it's giant. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot, particularly when you get around this sort of
Omotesando area.
Yeah, and
Harajuku.
Akihabara. So,
which is very electronic-y.
Yeah, so you're talking sort of like the Tokyo nerd stuff, like
Yeah.
But the other thing, I don't want to end this without saying the worst possible food in the world is Japanese. The most disgusting flavored food in the world is Japanese.
Natto.
But
that's not a snack food or a junk food.
It's kind of a breakfast
health food.
It's a health food, which can give you the argument that health food will kill you. It's the worst thing in the world. And I'm only going to say this.
It just smells bad.
It tastes awful.
It does taste awful, especially if you put the hot mustard in it. It makes it even worse.
It's the most disgusting. It's basically fermented beans.
Sticky.
Fermented sticky beans that taste and smell like
hot hockey player socks.
Yeah, it's just disgusting.
After an NHL playoff
game. And maybe this isn't junk food, but I'm just going to put this out there as a warning to any foodies out there. I'm going to tell you, try a lot of foods in Japan. Try all the crazy stuff. Try all the fishes and everything. Try natto, but be aware. Make sure that you don't just have a big bowl of natto and that's what you got for the day. Make sure you have a backup.
But it's supposed to be very, very good for you.
That's great.
I don't know what the science is behind that, but...
I'll choose to die a year earlier then.
Quality of life is very important.
So true. But I mean,
But there's a lot there. We could go on for hours, but
a general good thing to know is that there's regions in Japan, and every region has a different specialty.
okay, we're not going to go on anymore.
No, we won't go on the region, but we'll just say that. So get out of Tokyo, see the rest, because you're going to find stuff that you
regional
won't find.
specialties are pretty cool.
Yeah. So
And sometimes very scary.
that's the same thing.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I won't talk about some of the stuff we had in Akita.
Yeah. But I'm sure we're going to go back to Japan at some point, in which case we might record another episode of this. So
Maybe.
So I guess that's it.
Yep. Next month we're going to have a very special edition of Junk Food on the Road.
Is that next month? I guess
Yes,
it is. Wow, that is.
So wait until the third Thursday of the month?
It might be a little off because who knows where we're going to be.
Because we're going to be on the road.
We might be on the road. But yeah,
we'll
the next episode is a special one where it's junk food on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to put him on the road again behind us right now as we're singing this.
Something like that.
But thanks for listening to another episode of Junk Food on the Road with me, Chris, and
Allison.
And as always, you can follow us if you want to follow any adventures on Twitter at Candy Critic, or go to www.candycritic.org. Find all of our social media.
I never pay attention during this part.
I don't think anybody does. And you can also go to candycritic.org/junkfood, JUNKFUD, to find past episodes of this podcast, as well as Junk Food News and all our other podcasts that we do. And thanks for listening, and see you next time. Bye.
On the road.
I've seen it all before. It all builds up inside of your head. It all spills over into such a pretty mess. Hi, sugar cookie. Sugar cookie, cookie. Hi, sugar cookie. Sugar cookie, cookie. Two small girls in a house made of sticks. Jello on the table. Peekaboo, I love you. You make the sunshine. At the picnic, mustard, ketchup hides my shame. Feathers, fluffy, fantastic. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Hi, sugar cookie. Sugar cookie, cookie. Hi, sugar cookie. Sugar cookie, cookie. Every day, every night. Happy fills my heart. The well flows over the fountain. You're gonna love it. Lucky, not shy. Bob haircut on top. Bubble snowflakes on the Siri River. Peppy, flower soda pop. Just a minute, young lady. Shiver, splinter, sparkle. Go for it, Eddie. Hi, sugar cookie. Sugar cookie, cookie. 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 What? I just keep saying sugar cookie?
No, do some scat.
Jesus Christ. For God's sake. Ay, yay, yay. Ay, yay, ya, pui, pa, 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 lu, i. Pupi, pa, lu, pi, pi, lu, pi, pi, pi. Le, pa, pi, pe, pa, lu, pe, pom, pom, pom. Shan, chiki, kon, chiki, bam, 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 bam. No, no, boy, 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 bow. Boom. Sugar cookie, what papa, sugar cookie, oh, sugar cookie, おええあおぽぺぺあどんどんシュンシュンココココココンコン That's all you get あぽじぺぺあぽじぺぺぽまらあぽじぺぺあぽじぺぺぽまらシュビドゥボドゥディドゥディドゥベドドゥビドゥベドゥドゥドゥドゥベドドゥビドゥベドゥドゥドゥドゥベドブビブボシューガークッキー